Welcome to another edition of Whiskey, Games, and Nerd Stuff. Today's whiskey is Old Grandad. Let's go ahead and take a sip. This is always much better when you let it sit on ice for a while. And again, this is Old Grandad 100 proof. And today's Nerd Stuff is something I picked up at the Salt Lake Comic Con that I thought was really cool. Salt Lake FanX. It's Hellskate. It's a supernatural roller derby. And I have a really hard time saying that. Came across this at one of the artist booths and had a chance to talk to the creators. Thought it was really, really cool. You'll notice on the bottom it says Shanna Foley, Carl Jogler, Chris Bodley. Hopefully I said those names correctly. Was able to get this signed, which I thought was pretty cool. This kind of gave me a vibe of, when I first saw it, it kind of gave me that vibe of Buffy the Vampire Slayer and roller derby, which I thought was really, really cool. Just the whole cover I really, really liked. And they went ahead and signed it for me. Thought this was pretty cool. It's also signed on the front. And I kind of thought this was really cool. I'll go ahead and flip through a few pages. And you'll see it's just full story all the way through. Let's go ahead and show the back. And apparently they're going to go ahead and make it a film as well, which that would be really cool. And then in it came, they've got this here, their advertisement. It looks like, again, for the film. I thought that was cool. A roller derby skater fights to save her possessed ex-lover and teammates from a demonic spell that threatens their lives on Halloween night. It's kind of cool. Gave me a bookmark. A couple cool stickers. And what was really kind of cool is they had this little note from the creator in there. Apparently, when they went ahead and did the print run, there was some issues with the printing and some things got left out. They went ahead and wrote in, which makes this a unique kind of a collector's edition. I thought it was really cool. They call it the creator's edition. I really thought that was kind of cool and honest about how a lot of times I don't think people realize when you print something, it doesn't always come out 100% perfect like you want. I thought this kind of shows that, this is just kind of one of those cool things where they noticed that they're missing stuff and they went ahead and handwritten and fixed it. I kind of like this because then you can kind of have this copy and then you can have the copy, if they do another print run. Personally, I would like the original one kind of with the missing things. I think that adds more character to it. Which probably could go along with the character. I kind of like that. I really like this. I think this would make a cool movie. Again, I have not read the whole comic book through. I just thought it was cool. Just thought it was very interesting just from the art and really enjoyed talking to the people at the booth. It was really fun. Good conversation. And let's go ahead and take another sip of the whiskey. And I'll be talking about the Salt Lake FanX a little bit more. It's something I've always gone to when I'm in Utah. I always make a point of trying to be in Utah around the time that they have the Comic-Cons or the FanX. Been coming to these since they started, regardless of where I'm at in the country. As you know, as those that have listened to this a while, they know I travel a lot, which is why you always kind of get different backgrounds depending on what I want to talk about. Also why I've kind of got the low production value. Some of these are just shot in a hotel room or late at night after just getting back somewhere. But if you like this kind of stuff, I would definitely appreciate it if you like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I'll talk about comic books. I'll talk about, whiskey and any kind of nerd stuff that strikes my fancy. I've got a plethora of stuff from the FanX convention that I really, really thought was cool. That I'll talk about in more detail. Once I read this, I'll go ahead and get the other two issues and kind of do a more thorough talk through of all of them. But I wanted to kind of talk about this one first while I had it. I actually just picked this up today. Thought it was really cool. And I really did want to put this out there. Let me go ahead and take one more sip of the whiskey. And this was the Old Grandad. And again, not my favorite. However, if you're going to drink it, I would always suggest it with ice and then maybe mix it with something. And until next time, cheers.